Hello guys, welcome back to Chronic Keeps. So today I'm going to talk to you about another watch actually, which was actually very popular during the 1960s and 1970s, and right now it's slowly picking up its pace. It's none other than the Seiko Bell-Matic, and the watch which I own is the Seiko Bell-Matic reference number 4006 6040. And regarding the watch, it's an automatic watch in which the year of production is like basically around year 1970. And Seiko Bell-Matic is one of those lesser known vintage watches from the late 60s and 70s, but it is becoming popular. So originally it was produced, I believe, like in the November of 1966, but only in Japan, and it was hailed as one of the world's first automatic wristwatch with an alarm and central motor. The watch over here, this is actually their alarm. You have to actually wind it. I haven't been wearing this watch for quite some time because, as you can see, it has a small I need to fix this watch a bit. And the central, this is what the central thing, I'll show you what the central rotor is. You can see the inner ring is rotating. That is how actually you set the alarm for this watch. Okay, so this video is actually gonna be a complete what do you say, collector's guide towards Seiko Bell-Matic. So I'm afraid it's gonna be a big long video because I'm gonna go in depth regarding the various models of Seiko Bell-Matic which is out there, and what you should buy actually. So as I said, in the year 1966, I believe, Seiko developed its own alarm watch which is called the Bell-Matic, containing either the 4005 or the 4006 movement. The 4005 movement is actually significantly rarer than the 4006 because since it was used only for a short period of time between 1968 to 69. As is normal with Seiko movement, a caliber with a number ending as 5. Basically, Seiko movements actually ends with a caliber 5. For example, this is a 25 caliber movement. Is the like the caliber with number 5 ending with number 5 is the date only is the variety in it, while the caliber number ending 6 is a date variety. This is a caliber 26. So other than this difference, the movements are the same, and the Bell-Matic movements is generally referred to as 400X. So we'll be discussing both regarding the both 005 and 006 movements. The bell in Bell-Matic is actually a curved metal sounding spring that is actually repeatedly struck by a small hammer powered by a spring unwinding. I'll show you a video. I've taken a video regarding how it works in a slow motion. I'll show you that soon after this. And that spring is actually released by a lever which is moved by a wheel sitting in top of the R wheel on the dial side. So in the next video or the following video, you can see the alarm barrel at the top of the movement unwinding after being released by the lever, and it is driving the alarm wheel that actually activates the hammer actually against the spring. The motion actually I've taken it in slow motion, which is around 20 times slow motion, and the additional vibration which is put into the movement by the hammer is also visible around the edge, and an additional case spring has been removed for this video, which actually helps in absorbing these unwanted vibrations. So let's go towards the video. So I hope you saw the video. As the Seiko utilizes two separate barrels actually for storing power, this ensures that the power required to ring the bell does not retract from the power reserved for timekeeping. So a watch that is powered by its alarm via the regular mainspring would actually stop after the alarm is sounded, and that would not be particularly useful. So how do you power up this this watch? So having two barrels actually solves the power issues, but it kind of raises another one. With two barrels within a watch, the company had to find a way to wind both separately, and each manufacturer actually solved that problem in a different way. Actually, this problem was actually faced by JLC actually. So all of them used different approach. What Seiko did was they took a third approach, and actually they dispensed it with I believe hand winding the watch entirely. So the BellMatic actually relies solely on its magic lever mechanism to wind the watch's mainspring when the wearer moves his or her arms. So that's how you power up the watch. So this actually frees up the crown to wind the alarm spring. Okay, so now I'm going to talk to you about how do you control the alarm. So externally, the BellMatic actually looks similar to the Vulcan, which is actually a different brand, due to the common approach of a single crown at 3 o'clock and push-pull alarm control button at 2 o'clock. So when you the likeness is actually superficial, though the operation of BellMatic is actually different. Seiko actually managed to pack 4 separate functions into the single crown watch crown, which all over there was one, the user could set time. Second one was they could set the alarm. Then third function was he could wind the crown to give power to the alarm, and fourth was to set the day. So with the when the alarm button, that is actually this button, when it is pressed in, while turning the BellMatic crown, which winds the alarm spring, and it feels like you are winding a manual watch with just like 6 revolutions to a full wind. That means if you turn this crown like 6, it's actually full wound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. After 6 revolution itself, it gets fully wound, and the alarm spring, which has enough power to ring its tiny bell for around 10 seconds. So that's less than that's actually very low for a watch. When you compare it with its competition such as a JLC or a Vulcan or a Tudor. The multifunction BellMatic, that's a different variant. As I said, BellMatic uses two types, the 6003 and 6004 calibers. Right now I'm talking about 6003 variant, and that has another two tricks up its sleeve. One is pushing the alarm button in its second position actually releases the date to be the quickest just by like pushing the crown for a 600 series movement. Finally, the day can be actually quick set by repeatedly flickering the hour hand backwards and forwards between 2 and 10. So it's actually a pretty neat trick and remarkably reliable too. The 4006 movement actually doesn't suffer the day and date quick set issues that actually affect the contemporary 6200 movement and 5600 movements from SWA. Okay, now coming towards the jewel count of BellMatic. During its lifetime, the BellMatic actually came in 4 jewel variants. That's the 27 jewel, 21 jewel and 17 jewel. The early watches all had the 27 jewel, with most of the extra jewel actually employed in the gear train, where all the gears are jeweled top to bottom. Both the barrel arbors were also fully jeweled top to bottom in this version. That's the 27 jewel version. So in 1968, Seiko actually introduced the jewel count, actually reduced the jewel count from 27 to 21, actually just for the US market, which is actually to avoid the import taxes to the luxury watches which had a huge or a high jewel count. So within 2 years actually, BellMatics for all the markets were reduced to 17 jewel. The only exception was given for the 4006, 701 models that kept their full count of 27 jewels and was continued to be sold in Japan till the mid 70s actually. Okay, from now I'm going to talk to you about the sound the alarm of the Seiko BellMatic makes. So it goes from ting to beep. So the Seiko BellMatic alarm, which has as a charming metallic ring that seems to age away from the artificial tones of an iPhone alarm. So unlike the annoying electronic alarms of today, this one does not need to be silenced. After that spring has fallen down, that's it. If you missed it, you missed it. You can't, you can't yell like Alexa stop across the room, or like fumbling around in the dark for the iPhone in the nightstand. With an ever so slight decrease in the pitch and volume, as the power winds down, the alarm ends almost as soon as it starts. It's hardly like 10 seconds. So as the alarm goes, the BellMatic is gentle and quaint. And unobstructive seems as an odd characteristic for an alarm, but it works for me actually. So yeah, unfortunately I wasn't able to wind my watch because I think certain issues there with my spring of the watch. So I've once recorded how the sound of the alarm is. So I'll show it right away. So I hope you listen to the BellMatic alarm from start to finish. So the BellMatic range actually survived till 1978, when like so many Seiko mechanical model lines. It was actually the Seiko BellMatic line was actually killed off in favor of the quartz and digital watches. The BellMatic was made obsolete in the lineup by the launch of the Seiko A133. That is actually the world's first digital watch with an audible alarm. So the mechanical ting 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 was actually finally laid rest by the beep 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 of the digital age. So coming towards the BellMatic vintage market, the Seiko BellMatic models actually came in large number of designs and model numbers. So at first glance, this variety can seem confusing, but if we range the model in the order of their in order actually, like if we arrange the watch numbers in order, then you can see a consistent pattern of development which is being revealed. Like from the 60s design, which is influenced by the grammar of design conventions, though far more extravagant designs in the early 70s was influenced by the sports diver range, back to more conservative like dressy designs at the end of the decade. They signal signal the prosaic watches of the 80s. Like viewed in its entirety, I would argue that the BellMatic range presents a microcosm of Seiko design progressions for almost like 15 years. Now also I believe the video is actually quite long. So what all remaining is regarding the BellMatic is the various models of BellMatics which was released from the year from the late 1960s to the present, or till when it ended at 1980s, and the various features or similarities or features which the BellMatic has, which actually would be explained in the second part of the video. So I hope you liked this video. Stay tuned for the next video.